November 16th, 2020 lesson. Jason is making wooden cutting boards to sell at the school fair. He uses 4 strips of maple wood for every 3 strips of walnut wood to make each cutting board. Use this information to complete the table with the missing amounts of maple wood and walnut wood. All right, so maple wood right over here and walnut wood in the right column. All right, so we don't know, we can't use this table so far because we don't know how to get to 12 to here. We can use it to get down here from 12 to get to there, but we don't know anything about this side. So what we can do, look, in our scenario, it says he uses 4 strips of maple wood for every 3 strips of walnut wood. That is going to be major. That is going to be helpful to us. So 4 strips of maple wood for every 3 strips of walnut wood. So I put up at the top some boxes that you can type in to help us fill out this table. So 4 strips of maple wood. Okay, so here's maple wood on this side. I'm going to put 4 up here. For every 3 strips of walnut wood. So here's walnut wood. I'm going to put 3 up here. Now, that's the information it gave us, which is perfect because that's what we need. So we are going to figure out now how we can fill out the table. If we use our arrows here, well, I don't know, 4 to get to 3, we can't do that. So what we are going to have to do is use our noodles. So how do I get from 4 to 12? Well, I know 4 times what is 12? Well, I know 4 times 3 is 12. So I'm going to multiply that by 3. Now, same thing on this side. Whoop, if this wants to drag. All right, there we go. So how do I get from 3 to this box? Well, we did over here 4 times 3 equals 12. So now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We have 3 times 3, which is going to be 9. All right, let's extend our noodles. Extend our noodles. All righty. Move that down a little bit. These noodles are just connecting which rows we're going to look at. So we're done with this row. Now, how do I get from 3 to 12? 3 to 12. Well, I know 3 times 4 is 12. So I'm going to multiply by 4. Same thing on the other side. 4 times 4. What's 4 times 4? I know that's 16, so I'm going to put a 16 there. All right, we're done with those ones. Now we're going to extend our noodles all the way to the last row. All right, so 3 times what equals blank? Oh, we're going to have to look at the other side because this is a blank. So let's say, okay, 4 times what number equals 24? 4 times what number equals 24? Well, I know 4 times 5 is 20. What about 4 times 6? Yeah, 4 times 6 is 24. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. 3 times 6. So whatever that top number is times 6, we'll get this one. So this 3 times 6 is going to be 18. And look, we've completed our table. So, well, actually, we don't have an answer that we need to put there. What we are going to do is just, okay, so we have our missing pieces filled out. Awesome. Let's take a look at this one. So at Jayla's Bakery, they bake angel food cake with a ratio of 3 parts sugar with 1 part flour. Use this information to complete the table with the missing amounts of flour and sugar. So here we do have this one filled out. So at the top we have, okay, so we have 3 parts sugar with 1 part flour. So sugar is on the right side. So this 3 is going to go above the sugar. The 1 is going to go above the flour. All right, because 3 parts sugar with 1 part flour. All right, I'm going to highlight that because, again, that is very useful. So we have that 3 there and that 1 there. Use this information to complete the table with the missing amounts of flour. So we actually don't need that either. Okay, so what we are going to do is say, okay, now, can we get from 1 to 3? We can. We can multiply that by 3 if you want to do that. Let's do that. Let's order these to the front. All right, so let's use our arrows here. So from 1 to 3, I know I multiply by 3. Now if I go the other way, from 3 to 1, I know it's the inverse or the opposite of multiplying by 3, which is dividing by 3. So now we have our arrows set up. Let's go down our table. So let's double check. If I use this arrow from 2 to get to 6 times 3, yes it is. Let's take a look at this next one. The empty box is also the sugar. So 8 times 3 is going to be what? I know it's going to be 24. And then the last box, the empty one is, or the last row, the empty box is the flour. So we're going to do 30 divided by 3, which is going to be 10. All right, so that is all for our table. Now, if you were to have a question that says, how many ounces of flour do you need for if you have 24 ounces of sugar? So if you have 24 ounces of sugar, we'll go look at this 24 here. This 24 ounces of sugar, oh, we have 8 ounces of flour. Awesome, awesome. All right, and that is it for our lesson. Great job.